Hey everyone, Egman here with another video. Today I've got my undefeated Son Goku, full-powered Son Goku, I guess that is. But yeah, this is a really cool leader. I didn't actually give him, like, when the draft box was released, I didn't give him a lot of, like, I didn't think he was really good, and I want to give a special shout-out to Derek Klaren for reaching out to me and just showing me some decks he had, including one with this Goku, and so he kind of inspired me to make this deck and realize, man, this leader's actually pretty dang good. So what he does is he's kind of like Brawly. He's auto when this card attacks a leader card, take one card from your life and add it to your hand, and also draw one card. It's an untapped 2-leader, and then also on the Awaken side. So this is part of the reason why I didn't think he was super good, was because the Awaken side, you really don't get to do most of his stuff. So permanent, when your opponent has 4 or more battle cards in play, this card's attack can't be negated. And when this card attacks, draw one card, and this card gains plus 5k power for duration of the turn. So we get that. So we get like a modest boost of 20k. And when this card attacks, if your opponent has 4 or more battle cards in play, this gains quadruple strike for duration of the turn. I haven't had this go off ever, so that's not the main reason of this deck. The main reason of this deck is just that we have a solid leader that can, who is 1 green, who can self-awaken and also just apply a lot of pressure. Those are the main qualities, and also an untapped leader. Those are really important for me. So that's why I chose him, and it went really well. And so let's go into the actual deck profile. To start off, we've got 4 Negotiator Krillin. Most of this deck was kind of like a mid-range, just kind of gain advantage from your opponent. So Negotiator Krillin, I think, is a really good choice for that. Not only is he just kind of like, he sticks there for a while, and he allows for our next card, Nail, the Namekian Ace, to be active more often, just because he's kind of sticky. But yeah, he kind of activates as like a combo and is really good for filling out your curve on kind of like weird off turns. So yeah, just super good cards in general. And the Nail, he's really good for finding. He gains a lot of advantage too. He's 15k when he attacks if you have another battle card out, and then additionally you draw a card. So he's kind of like the Namekian fair version of Scrambling Assault Goten. So really important there. Next up, we've got my favorite card at the moment. We've got 4 of the feature rare Chile the Beautiful. She's kind of just like the idea of that you can gain advantage every turn, but instead of gaining advantage by drawing cards yourself, you do it by blowing up your, discarding cards from your opponent's hand, right? That's a really powerful effect in general. She's 15k 2 energy, which is pretty good. That's pretty good stats. And she also can activate on your opponent's turn, so if you have like Shocking Death Ball, that's really good, and stuff like that. Just in general, a really, really good card in my opinion, and really like playing her. So we've got 4 of her as well. And then next up, we've got our super combo. We have 4 defensive stance Piccolo. He's just one of the new 4K, he's 4 life, and he also has 10k no matter what. So that's really good for defense in case you're not awakened or don't have 4 life. We get there pretty quick. Games like the meta is not super fast right now, but it's moderately fast, and since we awaken ourselves as well, that's really good. So really good super combo there. And then we also have 4 of the Deadly Defender Android 18s. She's really good for just being defensive and kind of, once again, just kind of like a sticky battle card to be out there. Deadly Defender's good, especially since we awaken ourselves, and so sometimes with Deadly Defenders, they don't do their purpose on turn 3 because you want your opponent to awaken you and they can't actually attack you. So it's kind of like a catch-22 in that regard. But since we can awaken ourselves, we're pretty good, and just a really good defensive option. The main reason I made this deck was I was really afraid of the Height of Mastery Broly swap chain, and so Deadly Defenders get around that because even if you put them in rest mode, you still have to attack them first, so that's really good. And I really like her, so 4 of those. And then lastly, just kind of a card to end the game. We have 2 of the Super 17, the Infernal Machine. So he's got double strike 20k, and then also permanent, this card's attack can't be negated. People kind of forget about that. I was able to steal a game against a Janemba player just because they didn't know they couldn't use their leader ability to negate the attack, so I did that. and then also when you play this card, you can drop 2 cards from your hand, and your opponent has to drop 2 cards from their hand too. So that's really good, really powerful in that regard. I really like him. So whenever I could get to turn 4, I really want to play Super 17. So, and then going into the yellow in our deck, we've got 2 Frieza biding his time. He's really good for just putting stuff in rest mode. That's pretty much it, right? He's also yellow, which is important for. He'll make a little bit more sense later on, but 2 of him, he's just really good and good for blowing up cards your opponent don't think they can get blown up. So there's that. We're playing 4 Master Roshi because we're running yellow and more negates are good for this kind of mid-range strategy. So 4 of him. And then we are running 4 Assimilate. So this is where the kind of the more spice comes in. So we can use Assimilate to get either Nail or our super combo. So that's really good. It's also yellow, so when we have to use yellow cards, that's really good. But just having a free way to get either our Defensive Stance Piccolo or also our Nail on turn 2 if we happen to have that. And just being yellow if we really need our yellow energy for something else. That's really important too. So really cool there. I really like that. So we've got 4 of those. And then also, kind of under the same vein, we've got 3 Frieza's Call. So Frieza's Call can get Chile or Frieza biding his time. So both these cards, mostly it's for Chile, and just the ability to get her out for free, and have the potential for negging your opponent for it. She doesn't come out for free. She comes out for 1. And in rest mode, so it's a little bit inconvenient, but still just cheating out energy to getting her out is really nice. Also, if we need to get like Frieza out, we need to get something in rest mode, we can get this with Frieza's Call. It's really good. I've been testing out there are a lot more cards that this is compatible with in set 6, so I've been experimenting with this in general, and I'm liking these with these 2. So good synergy there as well. And then lastly into our so those are our yellow extra cards. We've also got 3 Cronoa because we're playing in this meta, and also 2 Dark Temptation Toa. I'd consider bumping this up to 3. I was worried that I don't have a lot of burst, and so I have Shocking Death Ball, so I want to have 5 in my drop at times, but I also want to have Toa here. So, but she's just really good just because she's a free attack, and then she also boosts our leader. So our Awakened Leader with Toa, it becomes a 25k already, which is really good. So your opponent has to use at least a super combo to get out of it. So I like that a lot, and just being able to neg a card for your opponent's hand. Trying to find room for 3 of these would be probably the best. And then lastly, we've got 4 Shocking Death Ball because we're a green leader. And we have 3 King Vegeta Surprise Attack, and also 3 Preemptive Strikes. So both these cards are really good for the Broly Swap matchup. I was able to play one today, and the idea was so turn 3 I could play this, and I don't have this awakened, and so if they go into Height of Mastery, what I do is I just awaken and untap 2, so then I do have stuff open, and then I can play King Vegeta Surprise Attack, and King Vegeta Surprise Attack will also blow up their Height of Mastery, and so or even Victory Strike or something like that. They have so much invested into it, and then also you can't get King Vegeta Surprise Attack also can't get bad ringed, which is really nice too. So all in all, it's just it's really hard to counter this right here. The only way you can do it is with Vegeta striving to be the best. They'd have to play that on top of everything else, which is definitely possible, and it's not like 100% out, but I feel like this is a really good defensive technique for today's meta. And then also 3 Preemptive Strike. If you're able to play Cronoa fast enough, and then they try to just hard cast their striving, or what is it, Path to Greatness, whatever, the new 3-drop Goku, you can just use Preemptive Strike, and so you not only did you use 2 energy to get rid of something of theirs with 3 energy, but now they also have to wait another turn for their combo, which is really inconvenient for them as well. So that's about it. I went 3-0. My matches were Mojanimba. Mojanimba was really close. I went down to 1 card left in my deck both games. So that was really close. Second, I played the Broly Swap deck. That was, I'd say this deck excels against it so much, and it was targeted against it, so I felt like it was a pretty easy matchup for me. Not that the deck is easy to play against, but just because this one's tailored against it. And then lastly, I went in against a Red Frieza Swap. That was probably my closest game of the day. We got to game 3, really close, a lot of just micromanaging and just kind of, hitting our opponents slightly on both sides, so really good game there. But yeah, really like this deck. I'll probably be tweaking with this a little bit more for the next couple of days, but just the idea of being able to play a Deadly Defender on 3, and then also being able to untap on the attack of your Deadly Defender and playing Vegeta's surprise attack seems really good right now, so that's what I've been doing. If you want to run 4 of these and take out a preemptive strike, I think that's fine. If you want, there's a lot of ratios differences that you can do. And then I've also thought about, I got this guy at the event itself, so I've thought about putting him into the deck. It's kind of the same idea of just, you want to blow up your opponent's cards, and so being able to play cards for free is nice, and also use a 15k crit, which is nice. So all of that is just a lot of synergy there. So anyways, that'll be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.